Hello and thanks for watching. All the ideas contained within these videos are just that, they're ideas. Use these ideas as a jumping off point to create your own incredible access provision. And remember, it's really important to talk to the people who will be using the access you're creating and get their suggestions too. Let's have a quick chat about access tables. An access table is an area in the theatre foyer which has a table in it. And that table contains lots of really useful stuff for people to really enjoy their visit to the theatre. So, for instance, that access table could have a large format programme so that people can spend their time looking close up at a programme that might not be completely accessible to them. Other things that you might find on an access table are a visual and easy read story. It's put together by the comms team in the theatre and contains a simplified version of the show, explaining the plot moments and photos of the show. Basically to give a really good idea of what you're coming to see, making sure there are no surprises if surprises aren't a good thing, and know exactly what's coming along. Other useful things that might be useful on your access table could be a audio description introduction, the printed version. So if you miss the audio description introduction because you're getting a drink or you haven't made it into the auditorium yet, you have a quick read up. All the items on the access table should really be available on the theatre's website or on the production company's website so that they can be accessed before somebody comes to the theatre, be completely ready to enjoy the production. It's a great idea to get your designer at contract stage on board with the idea that their model box will need to go on an access table and therefore needs to be made of fairly strong stuff. Especially if you're doing a production that's got young people as an audience, because they'll definitely want to touch things and they have a tendency to be a bit rough with them. But here's the tactile model for the Rock and Roll Panto at the New Wolsey Theatre in 2022, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And this gives anybody really a chance to have a closer look at the theatre, and used in conjunction with a touch tool can be a really useful resource for everybody really. People who are nervous about what they're going into the auditorium to see, or if they are visually impaired, they can have a feel across the set, can feel various pieces of detail. Many theatres have created a visual guide to the actual visit to the theatre, and these are available on theatre websites. We've got ones from the National Theatre, all the way down to the Bush Theatre. Well worth a Google, well worth a look through and see what people are up to. Visual guides to visiting the theatre will give people a pictorial idea of what happens from either stopping on public transport or car parking in an accessible space and the trip into the theatre, and important touch points for those people when they arrive at the theatre. So, for instance, where ramps might be, or handrails, if there are lots of flights of stairs, where there are lifts. But this is often created as an actual journey through the space. So if you arrive at the theatre, you'll arrive in a certain direction, then you'll go to box office, for instance, to pick up your tickets. And then you'll move around the space and perhaps warning people if a bar will get busy or difficult to navigate through at certain times of the performance, and who to look out for, what the ushers look like, or where they will be stationed, and where people can get help. They're a really, really handy guide to easily getting into a theatre, and are very useful to a very, very broad range of people. If you've never been to a theatre before, how handy is it to have a guide that goes, actually, the first thing you do is you need to go to box office to pick up your ticket. Or because you printed a ticket at home, you can walk to the auditorium, or this is where you get a drink. This is what an interval drink is. All of those sorts of things can be simply spelled out in something, a document, or in a part of your website. One thing I think is really important is that whatever the visual guide to your visit to the theatre is, it's downloadable. So people can download it onto a device and have it with them so they can track their way through. And really enjoy their time at the theatre and know where to go and who they can ask for help.